I grew up like a savage.
We went up there, man, and was just like, man, it was like, man, we've been hearing these dudes rap, man, like, bust something.
Right.
Dude, we must have rapped for about 2 hours straight.
Wow.
2 hours straight, man. Like stuff, freestyling and stuff we written. You know what I'm saying?
It's a famous story. I don't remember who told it or where I heard it.
Here we go. Here we go.
But there was a battle that took place in the
Here we go.
studios.
Here we go. Here we go.
That night.
Not that night.
I knew I wouldn't be able to get away from this, man.
So, can you tell us what happened that night, man?
Man, y'all know what happened, right? Didn't y'all hear some stories about that?
I don't know the complete story. I just know it was a battle.
Our fans heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you, I got love for the Loonies, man. I got love for Yuck. I got love for Numb, man.
We all do. That was old shit.
Yeah.
Whatever happened back then.
And we're all in the fellowship of MC.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
But I think, I don't know, man.
And we was kids at the time.
Yeah, and it wasn't really no beef. First of all, it wasn't really no beef. First of all,
this hip hop.
But I think my rap brother got it kind of confused on what actually happened that day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I seen him talking on, what was it, Vlad? I believe it was.
Vlad.
Somebody sent me a clip, and he said, "Man, you know, we was at Dangerous Music, and it was a battle, and all of this and all of that." And he said, "Yeah, man, I ate Eclipse from Cyto up. I ate and Diddley up, and then it was just me and Ron." But the cold part about it is that I didn't get to the battle until it was over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even mad. If I was there and he ripped us, man, I'm not even tripping, man.
Right.
It's good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
everybody meet their match.
the cold part was I wasn't even there, so I'm hearing the story like, man, hold on, man, that was 1,000 blunts ago, so maybe we all forgot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but all I remember is getting up to Dangerous Music, because like I said, even though me and Ron was a group, I was doing my own. I was kind of doing my own thing, man, doing a lot, really. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get up there until later. And when I was walking up the stairs in Dangerous Music on Myrtle Street, it was walking down. Somebody was walking down the stairs eating pizza.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when Yuck said he got a lot of stuff right, the battle was whoever won, you know, they got to buy pizzas for the other. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so when I got there, they was already eating the pizza.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, I wish I was there, so I could say, man, I was there, because I wanted to see what happened, but I wasn't even there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just heard that Ron said something about, you know, busting shots and snatching out every dreadlock or something like that. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But when I came, the battle was already over. You know, so the piece about, I mean, I guess
pizza.
CNH had to buy the pizza.
CNH bought the pizza.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was connected to the Looney.
Yeah.
So I don't mean you can call it how you want to call it.
CNH
you know what
bought
I'm
the pizza, man.
He
this
bought the
all
pizza.
in love. This all
Unless
in love.
he said, even though y'all won, I'll buy the pizza anyway. I doubt that though.
Yeah.
Nah, that definitely ain't what happened.
Yeah. So like I said, I got love for the Loonies, man, for sure. And I would, and like I said, if I got ate up in any battle, it's not a problem, man.
Yeah.
It's not a problem for me to say, man, that's how it went down.
I don't know too many undefeated MCs. Not in real battles, maybe on record.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that battle happened. I wasn't there. They said Ron got with him, and that's it. That's what I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now,
I got there and was able to participate in the spoils.
That's
you
why.
know what I'm saying?
That's why we are once again no vultures, because we just tell the stories. You know, it's history. Like, there's gonna be things that Ice Cube is gonna say about Yella that Yella like, nah, I don't remember it like that. You know what I'm saying? Or there's gonna be things in any situation. Problem is, our stories wasn't getting told.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and this story, the bottom line of this story was Ron was the freestyle king.
Right.
So man,
everybody know that.
I would prefer to sit back. I would prefer
Right.
to sit back and let him do his thing, because he always handled it.
You know, your stuff was written.
Yeah, a lot of my
And he
stuff was
was
written.
freestyle.
Yeah, a lot of my stuff was written. I freestyle on many occasions, but not as much as he did, and not to the level that he did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even if I was there, I'd be like Ron Hanlap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You represent Bad Influence anyway,
Right.
so it's good.
Yeah.
And you know that Ron is gonna throw, that's where that came from.
Yeah.
The shit Sway do right now, where he be like, light, tree,
Right.
and you gotta fill it in. You know what I'm saying? That came from Rappin Ron.
Yeah.
Rappin Ron was gonna rap about everything in the room.
Yeah, exactly.
The
That's
only
just
one
how Ron
doing it like that now is Fab.
Fab do that now.
Fab
Yeah.
is the one who was doing it like that, holding that crown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he remind me of Ron, man.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's a gift though. You can't just. It got to be in you, man,
Gotta
to
be
do
in
that.
you.
Like
gotta have so much stuff going through your brain.
Your brain gotta
At the
be
same
crazy.
time.
Yeah.
you got to be wired that way,
Yeah.
just like an artist, man, who able to sit here and draw this whole group right now and make it look exactly like us.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah,
It got to
real-
be in you. It's
in
a
you.
God-given
And
You
talent.
just get up in the head and
That's
just
the
go
real. That's the real meaning of quick on your feet.
Yeah, it's
You
a
gotta be
God-given
quick on your
talent,
feet,
man, and that's what he had. Period.
When you have those type of people in the room, man, you think you got CNH, who's responsible for Drew Down, the Loonies, right? You have Too Short and the Dangerous crew. Like there's Poohman, there's y'all, there's Goldie, Father Don. You know, and when you think of these crews, like a lot of people don't realize before there was an actual beef that shout out to CNH because he coming to the show. That CNH was a part of that crew.
Right.
Like this didn't start as this just beef.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this started as because I remember a long time ago, Drew Down or CNH telling the story how those beats that they had initially was leftover shit Short didn't want.
Wow.
A lot of that music. You know what I'm saying? And when you think about it, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when y'all get to Dangerous, have the Loonies drop any music at that time?
You know what? I think they was working on Ice Cream Man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think it was around that time.
Okay.
You know, it might have been that whole album or something like that. But I remember the Ice Cream Man. I remember that song around that time. And I think 5 on it may have came a little bit later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't really know too much about him. When I saw him, I saw him at a studio. I don't know which one it was. They kind of remind me of the backpack, like they had the dreads
rappers,
with the backpack,
yeah.
kind of like dudes,
we
you know.
Nubians back then.
Yeah.
Housers.
Yeah, and nobody really wasn't doing that, like doing the lyrical thing from the town. So
Yeah.
when I heard them, I was like, man,
Yeah.
like that's a new thing for Oakland rappers. You know what I'm saying? To do it like that. You know, we were just straight up talking about the hood, about what was going on in the turf.
Lyrical.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all had bars, see, because metaphors is something that I don't even think y'all knew y'all was doing.
Yeah.
Y'all was just doing that. A lot of rappers in Oakland was straightforward. Wasn't no metaphors, right?
Right.
But the Loonies metaphors was like more playful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they first started, it was like, that's what I really liked about the Loonies. I liked that playful little thing that they had going.
Yeah.
But y'all, especially you, I don't even know if you tripped off of it if you listen to your old music, but your metaphor game was crazy.
Man, I mean, you know, like I said, when me and Ron got together, man, we started identifying what that was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What the metaphors was, the rhyme schemes and stuff like that was, man. So we start being purposeful with the rhyming. You know what I'm saying? And that I think that's what separated us from the other rappers, Bad Influence and the Loonies. We was really writing, man. Like really concerned about each bar.
Right.
How it rhymed,
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
And that's how I think that's how the Bad Influence album kind of was. You know, we was concerned with if we rhyming, man, we rhyming right. We got these schemes, we got these patterns. What we doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how that went, man.
Now we had the legendary MC Pooh on here,
Yep.
and he talked about these days, and he talked about when Dangerous started. It was just him, and who did he say? It was like him, Short, and like Ant Banks. Like it wasn't that many people, right?
Yeah, they was the originals.
And I didn't trip that Pooh was the original just from because all of his work with with Bruce and what he was doing back then, I didn't really realize that he was original Dangerous Music because it wasn't always Dangerous Music. And we talked about Get In Where You Fit In, right?
Yeah.
We talking about an album that charted. We talking about the title album to the song.
Yeah.
Now, the title song to the album is a diss record. This is rare. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is very rare. And I think only somebody like Too Short can pull it off. You know what I'm saying? But it's a diss record, and it's Get In Where You Fit In. Now, when they come to y'all with this, y'all don't got no personal beef with Pooh.
Not at all, man. I used to be slapping. I mean, before I start rapping, that's
Everybody slapped
yeah, you know what I'm
man.
saying?
No
I mean, he one of the original rappers from the town.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So no problems. No problems.
So when they say, how did it come to y'all that, hey, we want y'all to be on the song and this is gonna be a diss?
Yeah, that's not how it was presented.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That was we had rhymes that if you listen to the rhymes themselves, it had nothing to do with dissing nobody else. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to it, so you hear the first part was short on there, and then you hear our verses on there. Man, I wrote that in Juvenile Hall, man. If those verses, I wrote those verses in Juvenile Hall. Those was old verses that had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the recording, though, is when we kind of found out that, all right, this is a diss track. But I always kept it separate. Like, Short, you do your thing, we do our thing. To me, it was a separate thing. But you know, caught up in the moment.
Yeah,
you know, some stuff was said on there, and it is what it is. You know.
Yeah, because just the bar alone, Get In Where You Fit In, fool. You was a markup at the high school.
Yeah.
Now you hardcore like CB. In my mind, if you think about those bars, those are just bars.
Right.
It don't. But in my mind,
It's almost like a Thomas bar.
that was straight to Pooh.
Yeah, that was Short saying that. That was he was. I mean, he was. They had their little funk, whatever it was.
Right.
We came to the studio when he was in the middle of recording that song, and said, "Hey man, y'all want to get on this song real quick?" I ain't tripping. Let's do it.
So when you heard,
And then the song got extended.
hella long.
Yeah, it was that was just an original verse that he had. I don't know if he had even any more verses, but when we put our verses on there, it extended the song. But I don't think it was originally supposed to be. I think it was supposed to just be his song. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And we just happened to slide that day, and then was like, all right, let's do it.
Okay.
So that's why we was.
Y'all getting after that, like in the street flat.
No, I mean that was our introduction to the world right there.
It was.
I mean, that was
That
a
was on y'all
world.
bumper.
So really, they was like, man, them dudes, man, they going in. And it was more focused on, man, these some East Oakland rappers, man, coming with bars right now.
Who is
That's why it's
And
important.
really, that's all it really was. We didn't really get. They
That's
didn't
why
really
it's
talk about the
important
issues.
for you to tell your own story, because in my mind, I had already wrote it off like, y'all riding with me? I'm like, y'all was like Tupac and the Outlaws to me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, before they even existed. You know what I'm saying? To me, it was just like, my little partners here, they going to go crazy on whoever. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you got to think about the stories that's going on in the streets. The battle probably already happened by the end.
Yeah.
We know how y'all gassing on all the music. You just automatically thinking like, that's a given. They gonna go in on
He
it.
got no hitters to come and tear that ass up.
So when you hear it and it's on an internationally released record and you hear it in its complete form, what is your reaction?
Man, my reaction to it really was short-lived, really. You know, especially the beef part.
Right.
I didn't even think nothing of it, man. I was just like, man, I'm on here rapping.
Right.
It is what it is. You know what I'm talking about? So I didn't really... I was just like, man, we on an album that went gold and platinum.
Right.
So that means, lots of people heard this. So that was my focus. My focus was no beef and all that.
Yeah.
I wasn't even tripping on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It didn't really come my way. You know, maybe it would have if we would have ran into each other.
Right.
You know, but it didn't come my way. You know what I'm saying?
And on the flip side of that, it did come Ryan's way.
Yeah.
And him and Pooh had their thing. And like he said, you know, all of us is older.
Yeah.
Everybody think different. You know, Pooh think way different about that situation. If you let him tell it, he was at fault.
Yeah.
Like, I just blew that whole situation. I was doing too much.
Yeah.
He's like, I was just doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you know, that's a part of, you know, like I said earlier, that's what No Vultures is. You know what I'm saying? It allows Poohman to say, I was wrong. I was all the way out of pocket.
Because nowhere else you gonna get that from.
Nowhere else you gonna get that. Somewhere else you gonna get it where they edit it and cut it off, and he be like, "Fuck them, fuck them." You know, and then it's like some 40-something-year-olds back at this 25-year-old beat.
And maybe he wasn't wrong. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was wrong and he was right. You know what I'm saying?
You never know.
Because, you know, who knows what their response will be unless you be in that situation.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
You know, so in my mind, like I said, I had no problems with him at all.
Yeah.
Either one of us didn't have any problems.
Yeah.
I don't know why Ron said what he said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ron was just going in.
Yeah, he was just juice.
He was just, freestyling, so he going with his mind.
I'm going to tell you what it was. Man, if you would have told me I was going to be on that album, I'd have shot somebody for sure back then. What you want me to do? I'm just saying, this is Oakland. This is youngsters dealing with OGs.
They could have.
This is an opportunity of a lifetime.
OGs could have got me to do a lot of stupid shit back then. You know what I'm saying? It's no way a grown man making his own decisions should be doing nothing like that.
No, everybody's kids.
But we talking about youngsters in their 20s. You know, barely 20s,
Right.
And getting the opportunity.
Yeah, so, you know, and that little interaction that him and Pooh had, man, you know, that we felt a certain way. You know what I'm saying? We felt a certain way. I felt a certain way. I'm just glad that that's just where it ended. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't supposed to go down like that.
And again, we all in this rap fellowship. We all in this Oakland fellowship. So if we can somehow show these youngsters that, hey man, you know, really it's about uniting. It ain't even about separating and dividing. It's about uniting and working together. Man, if we could show them that, then we did our part.
And I just think a lot of it is plain out ignorance, man. Don't know.
Yeah, so you're young.
So like it's important that we have you on here and documented that somebody that been through a beef that wasn't their beef.
Yeah.
Somebody that been through something that got physical, you know, not with you particularly, but with your partner in Ron. And nobody died. You know what I'm saying? It didn't get that ugly, but there was major diss records done, you know what I'm saying, after that. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, nobody died, nobody got killed, you know, from that. But a lot is to be said about how you view it now. The way you just articulated what you said about the whole situation now, the younger rappers from Oakland gotta hear that.
Right.
They gotta know it's a way up out of there.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, you didn't go to prison behind that. You didn't get shot. You didn't die behind that. You know what I'm saying? You kept it moving with your life. You know what I'm saying? So I always like I said, when the stories come out, no matter who version people feel the most, no matter what, there's a common truth in all of it. And you just got to ride with it like that. Like that's just what happened. A bunch of misunderstandings.
Man, it's just a historical checkpoint that you can reflect on moving forward.
Man, you feel me?
That's it.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's it.
Now,